Empty capsules out the cabinet. Scale over there. Yo, I had 18 O's in my top drawer, pocket full of dope.
Shalom Israel, this is Officer the Kun of the ISUPK with your daily milk scripture. From the book of Romans chapter 12 verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Now let's break this down, right? It says, and be not conformed to this world. Now, conformed means to be like molded or shaped, right? Transformed, right? Because when you think of mold, right? Something that's being molded, what happens to it? What eventually happens to it, right? What eventually happens to it, man, it gets old, it gets dry, and it can crack, right? So where it says, and be not conformed to this world, the Most High is saying, don't shape your ways into becoming like this world. Because just like anything the oppressor created, right, from back then till now, has cracked, has fallen. You understand? And if you follow this world, if you shape your lifestyle, if you shape your heart, if you shape anything, if you conform yourself into this world and how this world moves and do its thing, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna fail. You're gonna fail. So this is why the scripture says that be not conformed to this world. Don't be like this world where, where you can't even go to work. Why? Because you think you're being protected. You think you're being protected because the oppressor promises protection. He has his military out in these streets. He has his police force. He has dogs. He has guns. He has all this stuff. And guess what, man? You have a young man, walking around with an AK-47, broad daylight. You know what I'm saying? Causing mass destruction. You understand? So when you conform yourself to this world, man, you're susceptible to danger, to wickedness, to evil. You know what I'm saying? To unaliving. You understand? Scripture reads, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of the mind. Renew your mind, Israel. When you start to learn this truth, you start to open up, a place where, just think of you just walking through a dark tunnel. You understand? And you start to see that light. And as you keep walking towards that light, it gets brighter and brighter, and your heart gets more clearer and clearer, and you start to see life different. You start to move different. You start to behave different, right?